Hi, hello. Welcome to an episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is June 18th, 2023. Hopefully, this episode finds you well in good spirits with high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Kind of fried out, if you will. I had a pretty fun Saturday. It was nice to get out, hang out with the homies. I did a little bit of city stuff, hung out in the city, did some eating. I went and got chameleon, which was really yummy. You know, if you're familiar with the podcast, that is a usual eatery for me that I like to talk about on the podcast. Let's see, what did I get? I got I would call it my sampler. I got a order of Cajun fries, yummy. I got a slice of pizza, pepperoni, also yummy. And then I got a pound of the chameleon style bone-in wings. They were so yummy. It was I got them hot, not like the hottest, but like right under that. So I ate like an anime character. It was very nice. Also, I felt like it was good because I really didn't have any blowback, at least the night of, which is all I really care about. So, we were able to eat that and we were a little bloated and, I was chilling. I was big chilling, but it was good. It was a good time. I will say though, today I was definitely paying for it. Also, I got a little too casual, got a little too social with the smoking, if you will. But yeah, it was a good time. I had a really fun outing with the homies. I was definitely feeling like, I don't know, cabin fever or cooped up, whatever you want to call it. So it was nice. It was nice to hang out, be a friend. But yeah. Let's see. Is there any other personal stuff I can think of? Nope. That's it. That's all I got for that. We can go ahead and make my lungs a little worse, and then we can start this episode in earnest. Ooh-ah. Okay. From the BBC News, Uganda school attack. Dozens of pupils killed by by militants linked to Islamic State group. So this is a very sad. You could say massacre situation that took place, but nearly 40 pupils have been killed at a school in western Uganda by rebels linked to Islamic State group or IS. Let's see. They entered the dormitories and had started shooting. They also set fire to dormitories. It's not sure exactly how the fire was started, but it is to believe that potentially like someone threw in explosive of some kind. But let's see. Uganda's information minister said 37 students were confirmed to have been killed, but they did not give their ages. 20 of them were attacked with machetes, and 17 of them were burned to death. Excuse me. Uganda Army said rebels also killed a school guard and 3 members of the local community. And it is also believed, too, that I believe 6 children were taken, like they were kidnapped. And they were used to carry food back to, I believe, back across the border to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Let's see here. I should find the name here. The Allied Democratic Forces, or the ADF, is the name that this group goes by. But that is why they say up top, like they're more or less linked to the IS group. So they do have this kind of terrorist ideology, and they go about these kind of acts to get attention. Also, it is a very brutal, crude form of recruitment. You're showing what you guys are all about, what you guys are capable of, and then you're also, potentially kidnapping, people that you can either use as recruits, hostages, whatever. So just obviously a very super bad scene going on in Uganda. Really sad that I can't report anything good as of yet. From this area, since we've kind of been talking about Uganda this year. But yeah, sometimes the hits come and they keep on coming. But definitely want to keep you posted. With any more news. I will say too, if you just want to get into some of the history of it, this article is good for that. Kind of gives you a little bit of a rundown of Uganda and the situation at hand between this militant group and the country. So yeah. Let's go ahead and move along. Let's see, from CNN, at least 15 dead in Canada highway collision. The semi-truck involved in Thursday's accident with a bus that killed 15 people in Manitoba, Canada, had the right-of-way at the time of the incident, according to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Dash camera video taken from a tractor trailer showed the bus full of senior citizens had entered the roadway when the truck had the right-of-way. So, I mean, it's definitely just, a highway accident, just to a pretty high scale. Sad that it was, senior citizens who were going to, a casino, I imagine just to have, a good day out and about. It's not understood as to why the bus made the lane change. But it is believed that it is the bus's fault. The semi truck was just, going in its lane, and then this bus went into it, and then, boom, bing, bow, boom. So, let's see here. I believe that the semi-truck driver is fine. He's out of the hospital. He's good. But then the bus driver is still in the hospital. Let's see. There hasn't been any blame assigned yet, but there is an investigation launched. Let's see here. Which, I don't know, this is just, me kind of looking at news and doing some comparison. I did kind of find it interesting that, a similar situation that we kind of covered in Australia, if I'm not mistaken, they made actions immediately. They said, hey, look, we are pressing charges. This person's, going to be going through the process. Whereas, now, and maybe it's because the person's still, recovering. Maybe that's the case, but I don't know. It's difference in speeds on a similar issue. I kind of thought that was interesting, but maybe that's just me being a little too high-minded, if you will. But yeah, I mean, definitely a very devastating situation. To see the pictures of the smoking wreckage heap, and obviously sad. Just the loss of life. I believe it was 17 women and 2 men who had died in this bus crash. So very sad Canada news. But I did want to talk about it a little bit, give some coverage. Then also the semi trailer involved was a Day and Ross semi trailer. So they are fully cooperating as of William Doherty, the CEO, which that's good. Good. All right, like I said, I mean, I know this is Father's Day, so obviously, happy Father's Day. Woo. But yeah, none of my stories are good today. They're not. These aren't happy stories. I'm sorry. It's kind of like Happy Father's Day, Tales from the Abyss. But let's see. Let's go ahead and let's do this one. From ABC News, father was killing everyone. 3 young brothers shot and killed. Mother injured in shooting. 3 young brothers, aged just 7, 4, and 3 years old, have allegedly been shot and killed by their father, and their mother has been wounded at home in Ohio. So yeah, this is me dropping some bad Ohio news. It's kind of why I was like, all right, I know I'm going to cover this story, and then I saw the Taylor Swift story, and I'm like, okay, this is a little lighter, so let's cover that, and then we got to cover this. But a triple homicide occurred at approximately 4:15 p.m. on Thursday when authorities, the Claremont County Communication Centers, received a call from an unknown female who was screaming that her babies had been shot. A second call was placed just 3 minutes later from a person passing by who reported a young female running down the street screaming her father was killing everyone. So I don't have any kind of motive or understanding on why this happened, but this father apparently just winds up pulling out and shoots up his whole family. Just goes like annihilator mode. I believe that was the daughter who, ran out, escaped, and then the mom got shot in the hand. I'm not 100% sure on that, but let me see if I can find the name of the Chad Dorman is the perpetrator. But yeah, I mean, it's so senseless. Of course, as always, I did try to listen to a video, kind of see if I could glean any more information. But of course, it was just testimonies from people in the nearby area. This was Claremont County. I believe it's like about 26 miles away from like downtown Cincinnati. But, they were just like, it's a quiet area. It's quiet, slice of life. Like this doesn't happen here, and it's crazy that that last sentence is such a common thing that people say, even though when we look at, just the statistics, there's so many shootings in America, just all over the place. So yeah, I mean, at the same time, I imagine it's got to be just a surreal moment, just to have this happen in your town, have this happen, right next to you. So, very unfortunate. Let me see here. But Dorman, I believe, was in court as of Friday morning for his arraignment. But yeah, I mean, I will try to keep you posted if I hear anything else about this situation. But obviously, yeah, very, very bad dad. Very, very shitty fatherly behavior. Not very Father's Day of you. And yeah, man, it's fucked up. So, sorry, I don't have a. I'm not a professional. I don't have the way to provide levity on this one yet. You're gonna have to go to higher powers for that one. But I got one more thing to cover, and I will say, despite it being a little dystopian, it is lighter. I can work with the story a little bit better. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do this, and then I'll let you go. I'll let you have a good old little Father's Day, nice old little lazy Sunday. At least I hope it's been lazy. Hopefully, you haven't been too busy. Ooh, Okie dokie. Like something out of Black Mirror, police robots go on patrol at Singapore airport. All right, let's go ahead and do some reading. At more than 7 feet tall, when fully extended, with a 60-degree, with 360-degree vision, they're formidable enough to make any would-be lawbreaker think twice. But RoboCop, they are not. And that's fair. I mean, technically, I feel like the RoboCop allegations are definitely false. But at the same time, though this thing cannot shoot my dick off, it is pretty intimidating. Like, I don't know, it looks like a Roomba, evolved. It's got like full-on wheels. I believe it has like some kind of like arms that can extend, but essentially it has a speaker, a camera. People can interact with it in a way. If I'm not mistaken, it is like operated by a person. Like it's not like it's an AI situation or anything like that. But this is an assistant tool for the Singapore police force. But there are, I think, 2 that are currently patrolling the Changi airport. And this has been like over 5 years of trials. But it looks like they are going to extend this. Like they're going to go harder, ramp it up. They're going to be more, probably outside of the airport. But yeah, the robots, which have been patrolling the airport since April, are meant to project additional police presence and serve as extra eyes on the ground, according to the force, which describes them as the latest addition to its technological arsenal. Um, I mean, obviously, it's one of those things that I don't like it. Let's be clear. But at the same time, we've already talked about on this podcast about like fucking robot dogs. Those are already fucking dystopian and scary. I don't know if I said this though, but I do have these like fantasies, like, because I'm not much of a pet person, right? I'm not much of a cat dog kind of guy. You know, I had a cat one time. It was cool. It was cool. It was cute, but I'm allergic, so it's not the biggest move. But I would in a cool futuristic cyberpunk world, I would totally have a robot dog. I think that shit is kind of sick in like a personal capacity. But obviously, when we're talking about like, fucking police having it, having the fucking, the nation state having it, that's a little bit spooky. That's a little bit icky. They're already scary without a gun. So like, adding that would potentially be even worse. Like, oh my God, no, thank you. And I think this is the same kind of thing. Like, this is literally just a Roomba, more or less, just bigger, but it's the same kind of principle. So, I mean, it seems like it's an inevitable thing with technology the way it is. It makes me uncomfortable, but, obviously the police are going to do what they're going to do. I just hope, they're not going to be patrolling in tanks yet, yay, at least that's not happening. But yeah, I do feel like we are getting closer and closer to that RoboCop dystopian future reality, and that'll be fun. That'll be so cool. But no, let me not blather on too much. That's pretty much the episode. That's all we got. We've reached the end of the road. I thank you so much for listening today, listening to my little adventures, life stories, and a little bit of news that I, found and wanted to talk about. But yeah, hopefully you've had a great Sunday, had a great week. Hopefully your upcoming week is going to be amazing, wonderful, fruitful, and hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.